Okay, I'm up again this morning. I got up around a little bit around 6 o'clock and started my day. Did the normal things in the bathroom first, Usually go number one or number two, like everybody else, right? Even had sex with one of my ex-girlfriends in the bathroom. Not the bathroom, not the bathroom. Right. Well, see, that's the point. I don't think it's normal, right? Someone's going to the bathroom or not, right? And people are messing with the girl that I'm excited by her just touching me. And I'm trying to prove to her that wouldn't bother me. And what would excite me would be more than that. Usually gotta kiss a woman or, make her feel good. And respond to me, making love to her. That starts with the kiss, like this. And she ain't got COVID either. Oh, and I just got a little bit of, the worst thing we learn when we're children is how to choke ourselves with saliva. That's all that is, stuff. Got a little bit of saliva going down my windpipe this morning, right? Again, not to be confused with COVID-19 or the flu. Now, again, though, no, good and positive people, right, don't even believe they'll get the virus. People who do are obviously not quarantining, right, or it would be done taken care of, I guess, right? New Zealand got it taken care of real fast. What's wrong with America? Politics? Is it the Democrats getting it or the Republicans? More. Or both now, right? See, politicians mainly don't like being honest with their constituents in the first place, right? So, um, Eddie Van Halen, the rock electric guitar star, passed away from cancer today. And also Johnny Nash, who was known for the song I Can See Clearly Now. The rain is gone. um, Both passed away yesterday, I guess, right? You might wonder, though, why I'm mentioning certain women on ABC WJCL News, right? Like I mentioned Victoria or Ashley or Melissa, right? Right. Well, there's a reason for that. I don't know what's going on. I know. So what I'm doing is testing them. If, again, whoever's stalking me starts stalking them too. Now, what I mean by stalking them is they start writing to them like they're me. Which is what I fear my shipmates did to Sheena too. I don't know. But that's also why I showed you I made a 78 in typing, right? And that's not. That's about what I graduated with the Navy to become an electrician anyway. Now, what that grade means is, with more training, you might could become a better typist, But in 94, I wasn't even using a typewriter. And if only if the shipmates were prepared and knew they were doing it, would they have been able to trick everyone into thinking I wrote them to Sheena when I didn't. No, they did. They did. Now that gets tricky, like I said, because all my transcript shows are my final grades. They don't show if I got, A's, B's, or C's in the course, but obviously, right, sometimes I probably did better and sometimes probably not as well. Especially when it got down to typing words per minute and things like that. But I still overall passed the course. Sorry, a little bit of saliva still in my lungs, right? You know how it is when you know, you're waking up in the morning, right? And next thing you know, saliva's in your lungs. You have to cough it up. I think we learned that habit when we were babies, though. Oh, and Niecy Nash got married from Reno 911 originally, to another woman. Now, like I said, if you want a baby, you either gotta adopt or use male sperm from a sperm bank or something like that. But you can do it now, right? You understand, right? They don't even need a man. You so bad. He's so bad. You think it's the women that bad or you bad? You bad. You bad. I understand. Why they want a woman and not a man sometimes. Not that fidelity has to do with gender either, right? Fidelity is if you are in a marriage, you usually stay faithful to the person you married to, even if it's the same or opposite sex. If you can, right? Right. Though I believe sex is marriage, you don't need no little wedding certificate down at the courthouse, which is where you all get married, by the way. A church ceremony just costs more to get married. Plus the court costs. By the way. You gotta pay for the church ceremony and the court costs. Whereas you just go down to the justice of peace like me and my ex-wife did, you only pay once. You only pay once. I know that too, right? But like I said, that just shows I want a woman and I'm willing to wait for one, Ashley, Melissa, or Victoria. Not after you if they're writing you like they did my shipmates. Did Sheena? Maybe. So I don't know. I don't know. And I'm trying to make sure they're not writing you just because I'm mentioning your names on TV. On TV. Now, like I said, Ashley looked nice this morning. Her hair was a little curly at the bottom. Whether it's a wig or her natural hair, I don't know. But it's something to mess with someone who might be stalking me, right? To see how far they want to take it. And they're on about a girl who called herself Michelle. I don't even know if that's her real name, right? Unless her dad named her that, like I said, right? And his last name was Tien or something, right? Which I do remember asking her something about that. Is her god Tien? I think she actually responded to me when she sat down to start working on my feet as part of the nail job, right? But even the disciples were washed by Jesus at the Last Supper, who washed their feet, right? And the only other thing you do is my nails, right? my hands and feet. Now that ain't gonna excite me at all, right? It's normal, right? But here's Valerie and Eddie. They got married, and they had a son, Wolfie. Right? Wolf. Oh yeah, I heard about a 9-year-old in Providence, Rhode Island. A guy tried to kidnap her, was caught on camera, released her later on, and then got arrested for it. Right? Still. Y'all need to crack down on stuff like that. I don't know. Now, like I said though, there's only one place who really could have done something to prove I wasn't responding to her sexually initially, right? Which would be why. But that would involve kissing her and then responding to her and her knowing I was soft when we started it. Now, again, in the world of, you know, making love, I know what I might would do with her, whether I remember it or not, right? But if you're losing an hour around her in addition to the nail job, which normally takes 30 to 40 minutes, if you're stretching it out, the longest it would take is 40 minutes or so to do a nail job, I know. Well, the second time I went in, he did it in normal time, right? But then the third time, I just went in to use the bathroom briefly and left the canned soup in there. And he's calling the cops on me, right? Do you normally, okay, if the guy didn't do something with your daughter in the bathroom, do all that towards him? No, no. So his denial, right, every day, right, since it happened, proves what? Something happened. Something happened. Between me and her, and he can't even go to the police about it. No. You know what I mean? Though I can't go in the store. That's just his store, though. And I'm not obsessed with the girl to begin with. I know. Another thing people use a disability with mental on is say, oh, well, you can't behave yourself with a girlfriend. Yeah, I could. Now, I warned Mary Bell, right? Her behavior would make me cheat on her, right? And I would break up with her suddenly, right? If she didn't commit. And like I told you before, she promised in December of 85 to move to Georgia with me, right? We kind of got engaged, right? But then she backed out of it later on, at least the engagement. And then when I moved home to Georgia, she didn't move with me. And I gave her till like September to figure out what she wanted because I was having to drive up to Virginia to even see her. Well, I met a girl named Michelle. We kind of made love too. She said I did everything. I do everything with Michelle too. Two. Or 3 or 4. I don't know. 5. I mean, 5 Michelles. My whole life. Well, maybe 6. Man, I think there was a Michelle in high school too, right? It's a common name. I know it is. Both the feminine of Michael. Whatever. In America. Actually, it would be Mikael. With an H in the Hebrew. That's all you gotta do to make it feminine there. That an H, right? Mm. Now, I was reading a ticker about some uh, parole officer playing the song Baby Sharks, which to punish his parolees or something this morning. Which I don't know why that's bad. All right, so uh, it looks like there's another stalking case involving Colton Underwood, right, and Cassie Randolph. All right. Now, usually that happens though when you have sex with the person, stuff like that. If you don't want sex, say no. I would even let the girl say no in the bathroom, right? Because see, I would start with kissing, right, and move around her body and start blowing in her ear and kissing her neck, moving down, moving down. And then sucking her boobs and playing with her boobs and rubbing her boobs and then going on down, kissing her belly, then pulling down her pants, right, and licking her vagina, and buzzing my tongue. Start out slow and then faster. And then make love and put it in. After that, right? That's called foreplay, right? Now, I don't remember if she bled or not, or was on her period or not. But whatever. It was around the beginning of the month. But like I said, what do you think she would tell me if her dad confronted us as we came out the bathroom, right? And why don't I remember it? Did he shoot me? Did he do this or that? Right? Did we discuss it for a few seconds, few minutes? Right? What we actually did? Probably. But like I told him, I wouldn't know any details or I did anything wrong until after we got out the bathroom, right? And again, he's telling me by denying it every day. Normal people, right? If you don't do nothing with their daughter, don't do this. Right? Only if you did something with her. And she consented. He might say, well, I know she's 15. Well, I didn't, right? I asked her age and she said 37, right? I know. Now, the way that works, right? If you're 16, 15, right? You gotta tell the guy your age if he's delusional or bipolar or schizophrenic, right? Because, see, I might take her at her word, right? Plus, like I told you, because of the nail polish remover, they want people in that profession to be 16 and older in Georgia, right? And that's the reason. The nail polish remover is a strong chemical, and the nail technician has to smell it all day if they're doing removing nail polish, right? Of a female, right? A male mainly gets the clear coat, right? Unless he's goth or, rainbow. Rainbow. I know, what I mean. Gay there. But if he is, he is. I ain't here to put anyone down, right, for feeling differently than me. Either if you feel gay, you feel gay. If I tell you I feel straight, though, you don't insist I like being when I don't. That might be another reason that happened. He didn't think I'd even come into the store, right? But if it did and she was 15, she still knew what she was doing, you know what I mean? That's called accountability, right? He's trying to make her accountable by working her at 15 anyway, See, that's what he don't get. He's putting a 15-year-old to work in a profession where she has to be 16 years old to even work in the profession, right? If he's doing that, he's working her a year before he's supposed to work her, which goes against child labor laws, right? So that's his violation there, not mine or the girl's, right? She's doing what her dad's making her do. Well, she's so mad with him, she has sex with me in the bathroom. I know. Yeah, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. And she's old enough to be accountable for her actions. Now, I didn't trick her. I told her I'm 50, I was in the Navy and fell 3 stories and was in a car wreck at 16 and da 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 da. See, I tell every female I meet my story, right? Not trying to seduce them. But it ain't Megan again either, who I would have a problem being around. I'm worried someone's messing with Megan that I like her when I'm just going out to the movies and I like her as a friend. And, I jokingly told her one of the times I liked her but not in love with her yet. And then she started acting weird after it. And see, like I said, unless she's sneaking over to my house, what's going on? I don't recall that. And I don't have amnesia normally that. Or I wouldn't remember Mary Bell Booty calling me. Which is what it's called when you come over and you leave by morning. Yeah, that's a booty call. Someone's wanting a little sex, not a commitment. Now, if it's a bunch of women, I don't know that. Or one woman, I don't know that, right? I think I'm by myself, right? And that's what I mean about Maria, too. She would have to sneak over here when Matt leaves and then Matt shoot me or something. Which don't sound rational, does it? No. That could be part of the mental illness and the paranoia the person is causing me, right? See, when someone's really stalking you, though, or not working with you, though, or not training you, they're not only the problem, they know how to work the system against you, right? To make it seem like it's all you. When it's them, and it's them. See, that's another problem Mel has if he's being sexually harassed. How to bring it out and prove it, right? Well, this helps me prove it, idiot. You're sexually harassing me. There's E.C. Nasty again, and her lady wife. But see, okay, yes, one looks more like a man, not a man, but if you're a woman and you want to marry a woman, look like a woman. Don't try to be a man. You're not a man. Unless you're transgendered. Woman, right? I understand that too. But if you're two women marrying, you're two women marrying. See, she's wearing the right outfit. Yeah. That's all. That's all. And her hair is kind of curly at the bottom, whether it's a wig or her hair. I don't know. Like I said, or a wig. I know. I know some women, even white women, wear wigs. Right? No big deal. No big deal. But I wouldn't mind dating her, but that's not my choice. I don't even know her. I'm not in her vicinity. You know. I don't even see her going to the store, right? And that's because I'm not going to see her going to the store. I don't run into her. And I'm not planning on running into her. Mm-hmm. Well, she's going to be an electrician. Good luck. Good luck, Naomi. Now, actually, she's more the girl of my dreams, but still, I don't know Naomi. I'm not going to mess with her either. Don't write her letters and telling her I like her when I don't even know her. Don't do that to anyone, please. That's reverse stalking. That's reverse stalking. You can't. Okay, until I find a girlfriend who's willing to understand all this, even if it was Michelle or not, right? If she understood differently than her dad and saw me differently than her dad, it's obviously he sees it as perverted and don't like we did it in the bathroom. Which, like I said, I didn't plan that. I would tell him that afterwards. Well, I didn't plan all this. You didn't plan all this. This is a spur of the moment thing, I came into the This is for a legitimate reason to get my nails done, right? But it turned into that because of your cackling hens messing with me and the girl while she's doing the nail job. And maybe we snuck off to the bathroom during the hour I'm missing. That would probably be more than once. Ain't no point in doing it repeatedly unless you're liking what's being done as well. And then I might be having to be resurrected if the motherfucker has a gun. And he'll like the Wolverine. He'll like the Wolverine. I can't prove it. But he's still on about it for over a year. It's been a year after this shit. The girl, she was 15, she's 16 now. Let it go. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. Only reason I still talk about it is you pretend. I know. You don't know what happened. What happened there, but you do. But you do. Okay. Just seeing what's on the shows this morning. Jessica Betts is the other woman. But like I said, some men aren't any good but to be a sperm donor. Some men are, but whatever, right? Some men are good, some men aren't. Some women are good, some aren't. Right? But your job as a Christian ain't to convict the sinner of their sin. It's to forgive them. Whatever sin they're doing, and let them work it out with God. Right? Right. So see, there they get married, right? You can't do that about that. They live together. Now, what you gonna do? Stone them to death? Whole point. No, you can't stone them anymore. That's why Jesus didn't stone his wife when she was brought to him caught in the act of adultery. But Constantine don't want you to do that. Constantine don't want you to forgive your wife if she's caught in the act of adultery. Constantine would stone her ass. As Moses law says. Don't you get it? Right. Now, in Jewish society, though, you don't bring another man's wife to another man to see what he'll do with her. If he'll stone her or not. Read the text. Understand what it's saying. Read the Torah, the law. The reason, okay, there's two reasons he didn't stone her. One, they didn't bring the man. Now, if they're gay, their blood is on their hands, by the way. You don't stone them, right, anymore. Like with Jesus' wife, if she committed adultery against him, they don't bar her. The reason being, right, they're tempting him with it, right? They're testing, right? If he's gonna, stone her or not, basically, that's what the whole premise is of adultery back then, right? If you were a Jewish wife caught in an act of adultery, you were brought to your husband so he can determine to stone you or not, right? Now, like with Joseph and Mary, same thing. When Joseph found out Mary was pregnant, he was going to put her away privately or privily, right? Then, I know, the angel spoke to him, which could be even his local rabbi, I know, and talked him into marrying her, right? Tell me. See, sometimes you think an angel of the Lord in the Bible is someone like Gabriel and Daniel, right? Now, maybe Gabriel really talked to Daniel, right, in a vision of Daniel, right? But again, right, same with Isaiah, same with Ezekiel, right? Whatever he's seeing there, right? These are visions of things Ezekiel couldn't quite comprehend, but he wrote down in the book. Some people think it's an alien craft he's seeing, or maybe a future craft. See what I mean? Alien hunters, right? Now, if angels are gaseous beings coming to the earth and becoming human, or as an adult human, by the way, which means they're creating an earth body for themselves, but they don't quite know what it means to be a real human being because they're formerly an angel, right? Now, there were at least three specific trees in Eden. One was called the tree of life, one was called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, one was called Adam. And when Adam was made male and female, their name was still Adam. Even when they became male and female. Now, it was Adam male and Adam female. Yeah. Yeah. And they married. Right. Became one flesh, by the way. Which, that's another thing. I know. You know, like I said, you can't do in a gay marriage. You can't become one flesh with a female or a male, right? But if you know that going in, unconditional love says what about it, right? It's unconditional love, right? What does unconditional love mean? You're not looking on the external properties of your partner, right? You're looking on that they love you and going to try and treat you right. Another thing about love, right? The problem with Maribel or any of the other exes is it was quick. It was one night stands. It was in motel rooms. It was, even if I had my apartment, or with Maribel, by the way, or married Daphne and we moved into apartments, we went from motel to the apartment, right? And besides Maribel, and Molly, right, only 3 women actually had sex with me in an apartment. Or one was her apartment, right? And the rest of them were more motel rooms. I know, right, right. And I remember them all somewhere in the back seat of the car, truck, with a camper on top. Right? But that's again life. Jesus lives his life.